Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. This is day 3. This is Saturday of continuous rain. The pond breached last night, went over the middle. There is 2 spillways, but it's flipping full and it's still raining. So we've gotten, what'd you say, almost 10 inches of rain?
Close to 9.5 right now.
9.5 right now. And it's raining. But thank goodness, hopefully, the severe weather is over. A lot of places in devastation over tornadoes, flooding. Bunch of areas. Let's make those babies some Easter candy, some chocolate eggs, coconut eggs. These were just some of my favorites growing up. And now as an adult, it's still one of my favorites. So when you can make these homemade, they're even better. But I like making these because you know pretty much what's in them and everything else. But it's just fun making, I love making homemade candy anyways. And even the adults love the homemade Easter candy. So it's really simple. We've got 4 tablespoons of softened butter. You can use salted or unsalted. It really doesn't matter. And you can use a hand mixer for this. I'm just going to do it by hand because I don't want to get my mixer out and have all that noise. So I'm going to try to do it just by hand. So I got 4 tablespoons of softened butter. And I've got 14 ounces of sweetened flaked coconut. You can use unsweetened if you want to. That's 14 ounces. You can't hardly find a 14-ounce bag of sweetened flaked coconut anymore. But I buy mine in bulk anyways, and I put it in a big jar. So we need 1/4 cup, and I kind of went overboard on this one, but 1/4 cup of marshmallow fluff. I got a big heaping 1/4 cup. I'm going to be using white chocolate instead of milk chocolate this time for my eggs. I just feel like they get so much milk chocolate anyways, and we all love the white chocolate. So I think I'm going to be doing white chocolate, and maybe if I do another batch, I'll do milk chocolate. I found the, they went on sale last year, I think, after Christmas, and they're the These are the white vanilla melting wafers, the Ghirardelli. You won't hardly ever find these on sale, but you know, they're pretty expensive, but I got these pretty good price. So I ended up, I think, buying just 2 of them. But that's what I'm going to be using today to dip them in. I need 1/4 a cup of cream of coconut cream. You can find this over where your sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk is. And I think you can find it in the Asian part of your grocery store. You can order it online too. But it's just 1/4 a cup. And I do keep this for when I make my coconut cream meringue pies, because that cream of coconut makes a wonderful coconut pie. Now, this is optional, but I'm going to put just a little bit of coconut extract. I think just 1/2 teaspoon. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. And then I've got 1/2 cup of powdered sugar that I just poured on the table. It's okay. So now all we're going to do is we just want to stir all this goodness together. And it's probably going to take me a while since I want to do this by hand. But by all means, get your hand mixer out and mix it up. But once we get this mixed up good, we're just going to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes or so. Okay, we got it mixed up really good. You can even double this recipe if you want to. But it's going to make several coconut eggs. But we're going to stick this. I'm going to put something over the top of it, probably slide a plate over it, and put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. That way we can shape our Easter eggs. Okay, so our mixture's been in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And it is to where I can mold it into a shape of an egg maybe, or something close to it. It don't have to be perfect. I've got clean hands. What I've done is I got to look around the kitchen. I thought, what do I have in the shape of an egg maybe? I do have some plastic eggs, but they're not cut lengthwise. They're cut right through the middle. And so I couldn't use that. But I've got this measuring spoon. This is 1/8 of a cup measuring spoon. And it's kind of shaped like, I even have a bigger one. This is 1/4 a cup. I've got them all the way up to 1 cup. I've got this too, but you know, I'm not real good at shaping things, so I thought I just need a little bit of help. And you don't want to make them too big, that's for sure. But I'm just going to press this in here with clean hands and see what it looks like when it comes out. So it's not too bad, and it's a pretty good size too. So that's kind of the shape of an egg, would you think? I'll get y'all in closer so you can see it. So all I done was just dip enough in there and just pressed it down in that spoon. But like I said, if you don't have anything like this, just do the best you can. But I'm not real good at shaping things. So, and you just kind of push it out of there. And I think it looks kind of like an egg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these done. Not sure how many to make. Let me see if I can use this other tablespoon here. See what it looks like when I press it down in there. Just a regular big spoon that you'd use just to help guide you a little bit. Because you don't want your candies too big, really. 2 bites and they're sweet, so. That's not too bad either. So you could use just a big spoon like that. Like this. I know all y'all probably have one that size. So that worked too. So you need to get all these done. We're going to stick this back in the refrigerator. And because before you dip it into your chocolate, you want to be really good and cold. In fact, you can even put this in the freezer for a little bit if you want to. It's probably what I'll do. That's even better. And then we'll take whatever chocolate that you're using, melt it in your microwave. What I do is I do it in 30 seconds, 30-second intervals. I'll get that out in just a minute. That way I don't end up scorching it. So I'll just do it for 30 seconds, stir it, 30 seconds, stir it. It usually don't take very long for it to melt. So you can either use the white, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, whichever one you want to.
Y'all, I think I changed my mind. I think I'm going to use milk chocolate. I opened up that bag of the Ghirardelli vanilla wafers, and they had an odd smell to them. And I looked at the date, and they were out of date, of course. What I should have done is when I bought them, I should have put them in the freezer, and I didn't. They've been in my pantry. They didn't smell good, so I'm not going to use them. So we're going to just use some chocolate chips and melt them. I got 14. So I'm just going to dip. My eggs have been in the freezer. I forgot to say that. They've been in there for 30 minutes. And I just took them out. And of course, I got my milk chocolate melted. And we're just going to dip them. I'm not very good at this, y'all. I'm going to try to smooth it out as much as I can. But I ended up with 14 coconut eggs. So that's pretty good. So if you doubled it, you'd get 28 if you made them this size. So I'm just going to get all of my eggs dipped. It'll take me just a little while. They won't be the prettiest things you've seen, but they'll taste good. And just decorate them with different kinds of sprinkles or whatever you've got. They turned out really cute, and they taste like a Mounds bar. So good. Now, I'm going to wrap them up in plastic wrap, and then I'm going to put them in a Ziploc, and I'm going to put them in the freezer. And when it comes Easter time, I'll just take them out, thaw them out in the refrigerator, and I can give them to the kids, or I can serve them on a plate with the Easter potluck, or just whatever we do. But you can see how good they turned out, and they taste delicious, y'all. You put a couple almonds in one of these, and it'll taste just like an almond joy.
Well, we've had a pretty day, April the 7th. Sunshine and got about 60 degrees, and it's starting to cool off right now. We got a total of 11 and 7/10, almost 12 inches of rain out of this last storm. And of course, they were several states wide, but we had some major flooding in the rivers. At one point, we couldn't go very far from the house if we wanted to. We had a daughter that somehow or another, the wind and the hard rain, her roof leaked and part of her kitchen fell in. About a 4x4 piece of sheetrock insulation fell in, and we couldn't even get to her because the rivers was out and the creeks was out, and she kind of lives in between the roads of the river, and we couldn't get to her. But I went over today, and well, we went over yesterday too, but I went over today and put some temporary fixings on everything, and everything got cleaned up. And then we had another daughter during that storm that lightning hit right beside her house, took my son-in-law's electronics out of he's got a Dodge diesel pickup truck, took the electronics out of it, knocked her deep freeze out, knocked some lamps out, totally destroyed the tree, of course. It was just real close, knocked the power out everywhere, done some wiring outlets and sockets and all that stuff. And they decided to go stay at a friend's house at another place. Meanwhile, another storm, wind blew the tree that got hit by lightning and fell on his truck. so I know that's nothing compared to what people have went through. We've had a town of Cave City, Calamine, was it Monette, Lake City, several farms, just several people out and about.
Pocahontas got Shannon area got hit.
Pocahontas, tornado Shannon area twice, that for sure. I almost think they had a third one the other day. I'm not definite about that.
There's so many. We can't even remember all the little.
Can't keep up with all of them, and they've been some real devastation.
Yes.
So
yes.
what few things that went on around us is minor, but what else was the river? It got up to about, at Imboden, Arkansas, it got up to almost 30 feet, the river stage. And it got out in some of the little local businesses. My wife's favorite coffee shop got into it, but most people were prepared and got off, up and out. And I think that lacked about 8 feet. I think in 1982 it got to 38 feet, and what I say, it was 20, almost 30 feet. So just under 30 feet this time. It was 38. The house that we built on 11 Point River, it was about 3 or 4 foot deep under it this time, but I built it almost 10 foot off the ground. So far as I know, everything was okay on it.
I know a lot of y'all, well, several of y'all travel this highway that we pretty much, we travel every day when we're out and about, 63, that goes through
Goes from Black Rock, Arkansas to
Imboden to Hardy and up to all the lakes and stuff. A lot of y'all travel this highway. And the day for yesterday, you couldn't do it. They had the whole highway shut down from one end to the other. Hardy got flooded. Not the main town didn't.
close,
but right behind it, where the railroad track and all that river is, and all them cabins down there, it got.
I think most of the cabins stayed out of the water because they built them really high. I don't know. The park got wiped out, and a few buildings down there that water got in. But yeah, the highway between here and Hardy had gotten shut down. The highway just a few miles from here, a big creek that's just a few miles from the house, river backed up, got across the highway. Then on the other side of Ravenden, just about, I don't know, it ain't even a mile from that, there's the main river, and it got over the highway. And then there's a Highway 90 that goes to my mother's house on the 11 Point River, and it was flooded out. And I was actually supposed to go to mother's on Wednesday, and I didn't help take care of her. I didn't get to go. But,
we live among a lot of rivers and a lot of creeks. So, it's not that we don't expect all that to happen when you get major rain like this. We know it's going to happen, but it still just devastates a lot of places. Our pond behind us, you can see, is full. And at one point, Danny said he could tell that it had
breached the dam.
And had went over the road over here a little bit.
Our drive, yeah, the culvert wouldn't carry all the water.
Yeah. So.
But it didn't do much damage on the backside of the levee, so it just comes so fast that the spillway couldn't carry all of it. And
I want to tell y'all, there's been so many comments, and we appreciate y'all being so concerned and caring about us so much. We appreciate it because we care about y'all the same way. And so many of y'all have asked, are you going to get a storm shelter? And I'm just going to tell you, we talked about it. We just never have done it. But we are on the list right now with Arkansas storm shelters to get a storm shelter put in. Now, they said we're anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks out, and they are getting calls after calls right now. I can tell you that I have been through, I lived in Arkansas most of my life, and I've been through a lot of storms, tornadoes, just different weather devastations like that. But this one, really.
Well, this spring season.
Oh, this one really done me in. This one really unnerved me, y'all. I don't know. It just really did.
There's at one time we had 5 tornado warnings at one time.
And And it's not that you're just worried about yourself. You got kids and grandkids and family and just everybody that's in the path of these things. And it just
So it could actually, if it really gets bad, it'll be big enough that our local kids could come and get in it with us if they need to. It's a 6x8, but 6 foot tall, in ground.
it's called a slope where the doors, I mean, there's just so much that's even above ground, but there's a slope. It's not a top door, it's a slope at the side.
Right.
But yes, we are going to get a storm
We're going to
shelter.
hopefully get it down and amongst all the rock. We're going to try to get it down.
I want to get on here too before we end this video because I wanted to thank everybody. Mr. Brown, we've been to the post office just off and on when we could get there. And every time he comes in with it's like Christmas time. He comes in with another box. I have gotten some of the pretty transferware dishes. Absolutely love them. So thank you so much. And the handmade pot holders and dish towels and the old recipe books and the homemade cards and everything that y'all have been, I've gotten it all. And I just really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So thank y'all very much for all those gifts and for your support. A lot of y'all have been with us for several years, some of y'all since the beginning, and we just really appreciate y'all so much. But we are okay. We're still thinking about all of those that have been devastated by the storm, the tornadoes, and the floods. We just got to pray for them and help them any way we
And
can.
the floods, and like I say, we were pretty fortunate, and a lot of people are prepared for these rivers because they know them. But I know west of us and northwest of us and Kentucky and some of them places. I mean, there's some places that I guess seen record water.
There's
all-time high water.
Kentucky, some places got 15 inches.
It's unreal. Luckily, ours we had like 4-something inches one day, and then that next night I had over 5 inches, and then we got about another 3.5. Like I say, almost 12 inches. So this whole area, you can look at this whole hillside here, and you can see where water's washed down off these hills. But we're on high ground, so we were fine, and a lot of people are. But a lot of people are prepared and know what to do, and nowadays we get a lot of warning, and that's the same way with the storm warnings. Usually, a lot of times, an hour out. I've watched them enough and know enough that certain areas where they're at, you better be paying attention. You better be paying attention, because I know where they're coming from, and most of the time I know in a general direction where they're going. So,
and that cold air is here.
Yeah, it's going to maybe frost tonight, huh?
I covered up. I do have my row crop covers out, and I've got most of my stuff covered up, so it should be okay. But I think after tonight, maybe we're going to be okay.
We're going to have a cooler week. Tomorrow's not going to be as warm as today, but we're going to have sunshine and no storms and no rain. So this is perfect weather for me. I like kind of cool at night and not too hot in the day. So
me too. I am ready though to start putting more flowers and stuff out, but it's still early April, and y'all, we could see another frost anytime. So
yeah, we'll be fortunate. We just started getting a lot of leaves on the, they're just actually since the storm started. Just before I was talking about it, I said, well, thank goodness that the trees ain't fully leaved, because all the wind and the storms, it just makes them more apt to blow over. But since I said that, that's been 3 or 4 days ago, the leaves are really starting to show their faces. So,
the dogwoods last couple of days have really been blooming out too.
And but I have seen where the leaves get out like this and get a big frost, and every one of them fall off. And they come back. It's surprisingly, the Mother Nature's something else. They manage to come back, but
So, if you were in a state that got a bunch of rain, just let us know down in the comment. Let us know that you're okay and, how it went in your state. I think some of y'all, my youngest son, that a lot of y'all know, he's a lineman. And what day was it? It was Wednesday when all of these tornadoes and
I
stuff
think it was the second.
was coming into Arkansas and Oklahoma. We got to think about them, y'all, and Texas. He was headed, he called his dad and said, I'm headed to Indiana
for an ice storm.
for an ice storm.
Lafayette, Indiana.
So, and his dad told him, well, you told him, well, son, all this bad weather is coming that way. So
he said, yeah, I guess I'm out running it. So I called him later that night and checking on him, and he was in it. That's when Indianapolis got hit with like 80-mile-an-hour line straight winds. And he said, yeah, I'm in it. And he said, but I'm almost there. So now he's down in Little Rock area working now in Little Rock, Arkansas. So
yeah, they left there. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, they drove through yesterday.
Yeah, and went to Little Rock. So that's where he's at right now. So we just want to get on here and just talk to y'all a little bit again about that we're okay, and just about a little bit about the storm. And it's I don't know. Like I said, it just really this one really unnerved me. So
You're unnerving.
and Danny could tell too. And he tried to help me. He stayed calm with me, but it's still, I always pray, y'all. I always pray every day, all day long. But, whew.
It's time to get a storm shelter.
Yeah, I think it would.
It'd make me feel better if, like I say, most of the time you get 30 to 45 minutes. So, and you can't mess with that time, but it just say you're going to have a really bad stormy night, and it'd do me good for my kids and grandkids to be able to come here and stay with us that night and have a storm shelter. That would make me feel better.
Well, between Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube, Max Velocity, and I can't even, there's several more, and there's some just even right here in Arkansas that have YouTube channels that do the updates and the weather, and they kept everybody on track, y'all.
When they were tracking,
then our own local Ryan Bond on Region 8 News, they done an excellent job too.
We got 2 or 3 of them going at one time.
Yeah, and
so
they take care of us. They do a good job. But anyways, we're gonna tell y'all bye, and I'm gonna see y'all in a couple of days because I am in a I don't know if to call it a collaboration, but it is brunch month or something.
Brunch month. Is that what it is?
Yeah, National Brunch Month.
What?
It's National Brunch Month, and I'm a part of it. And I'll be doing a couple brunch recipes. But it's not just me. It's 7 other women. I think there's 8 altogether, and it starts from April 5th to the 12th. I think. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Anyways, I will put, when I do my next video for this brunch month, I will put all of their links down below in the information box because there's going to be a lot of good cooks and a lot of women that you just like to sit down and drink a cup of coffee with them and just talk to them. That's the kind of channels these are, and these ladies, and one man, I believe. So it's going to be a good one.
Say brunch month 10 times.
National Brunch Month.
Say that 10 times.
I can't. They know I can't hardly talk as it is. But anyways, we want to get on here and tell y'all how much we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And most of all, God loves you. And we'll see y'all in a few days.
And we don't know what we'll be doing?
We don't know what we'll be. Well, I do. I just told them.
Oh, you're going to be brunching.
We're going to be brunches.
You're going to be brunching.
Bye, y'all. We'll see y'all. Stay safe.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost,